Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Leah Chang. I'm your host, Leah Chang. Today I'm celebrating Thom Sesma, who recently received the Einhorn Mentorship Award at the 2025 Fall Gala for Primary Stages at Sony Hall. Congratulations to Thom Sesma and Mickey Rolfe, who were honored at Primary Stages 2025 Fall Gala at Sony Hall on October 20th, 2025. Thom received the Einhorn Mentorship Award, awarded each year to someone in the Primary Stages community who has been a true mentor and inspiration to those who work with them. Thom was celebrated by his wife, Penelope Daulton, lyricist and composer Timothy Huang, B.D. Wong, Pearl's son and her husband, Johannes Rittershausen, Mary Beth Peil, Gingold Group Artistic Director David Stoller, Richard Maltby Jr., and mentees Eunice and Leah Griff. Thom made his Primary Stages debut in 2018 as Leo Tolstoy in Scott Carter's The Gospel According to Thomas Jefferson, Charles Dickens, and Leo Tolstoy, Discord, directed by 2018 Einhorn Mentorship Award recipient Kimberly Sr., who was on hand to introduce him.
In 2017, Primary Stages established the Einhorn Mentorship Award in memory of Annie and Marvin Einhorn, two incredible individuals who are part of Primary Stages from the very beginning, and for whom the Primary Stages Einhorn School of Performing Arts, or ESPA, is named. The award recognizes a leader who inspires and advocates for the next generation, embodying Annie and Marvin's exuberant energy and serving as an extraordinary mentor within our community. I was deeply honored to receive the Einhorn Mentorship Award in 2018, and I am thrilled to help celebrate my dear friend and collaborator, actor, teacher, and mentor, Thom Sesma. Thom made his Broadway debut in La Cage aux Folles and has since become a beloved fixture on stages and screens, known for his remarkable versatility and deep humanity. You may have seen him on Broadway and across the country in The Lion King, Man of La Mancha, Titanic, and most recently, the Tony-nominated Dead Outlaw. So, off-Broadway, he's captivated us in Sweeney Todd, A Man of No Importance, Pacific Overtures, and Discord, which was really special. Right here, Primary Stages, directed by me. Working with Thom on Discord was one of the great joys of my career. Thom brought such humanity and depth to Leo Tolstoy, a man both lauded and maligned, and he did what Thom does best. He brought his own spirituality, his own experiences, his own vulnerability to explore the human fractures in another. As a director, I believe in meeting the work with both joy and rigor, and Thom met me every step of the way. He offered challenges, pushed the work forward, and brought a zeal to everything we did together. It is a rare find to find an equal in this field, someone with whom you feel so deeply aligned in values and approach. Thom is that person for me. But what makes Thom truly extraordinary and why this award means so much is that for him, being an artist and being a mentor are not separate things. It is what he brings to everything he does. Thom is a leader in every space he enters. He walks through the world with grace and genuinely delights in everyone and everything he encounters, from butterflies to Broadway. For years, he has been a soldier in this industry, diligent and committed, and an incredible role model. He has championed artists of color, advocated tirelessly for equity in our field, and he has helped so many people find their voice. This is another place where Thom and I are deeply aligned. We share this passion for mentorship. It means the world to me that he is receiving an award that I received. Thom embodies everything the Einhorn world. Thom embodies everything that the Einhorn Award represents. That exuberant energy, that commitment to lifting up the next generation, that understanding that our legacy is not just the work we make, but the artists we inspire. More importantly than me, to honor Thom tonight, it is my great pleasure to introduce two of his mentees, Leah Griff and Eunice.
Thom joined the Primary Stage's Einhorn School of Performing Arts, ESPA, acting faculty in 2019. During the COVID-19 lockdown, Thom developed a special online curriculum for ESPA actors to help them continue to work and create despite the social distance, and continues to serve as a coach and mentor for young actors to this day. Two of his mentees, Eunice and Leah Griff, shared their stories of how he has guided them in their careers.
I am so excited to be here tonight, just praising Thom. I actually started writing this speech a few years ago while volunteering at a Primary Stages gala and hearing about the Einhorn Mentorship Award. Everything about it sounded so specific to Thom that I immediately started crafting the speech in my head, and by the end of the night I let someone know that I was ready for what he would inevitably be. If you have ever been lucky enough to see any of Thom's shows, you would notice that no matter what part Thom does, he brings so much charisma and humanity into his roles. I truly believe that his award-winning acting skills are a reflection of how kind and open and vulnerable and human he is in the real world. I first met Thom through his monologue class at the Primary Stages ESPA. It was such a wonderful experience that a year later I signed up to take his scene study class. That first day of scene study was truly a life-changing event. Not only because Thom was such an incredible, amazing teacher, but also because it was in March 2020, and on the walk back to the train after class, the entire world shut down. When our next class was canceled, Thom reached out and offered to meet us all on Zoom, just to check in, saying that we'd probably be in person after a week or two. We all know how that went. Eventually, after our class was officially canceled, Thom continued to meet with us on Zoom, week after week, facilitating a space for us to support each other. After maybe 2 months, and yes, I repeat, Thom spent months making time and space for a group of people he had met only once, Thom offered to turn these check-in times into an acting class. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, Thom is a really, really smart businessman who figured out a way to make money during unprecedented times. And all of you are really, really wrong, because Thom offered to do this for free, just because he wanted to create a space for us to all feel creative and productive and like there was something going on in the world. Like many, I am so grateful and lucky to be able to call Thom my mentor. There are few people in this world whose advice I would trust or want as much as I want his. Just back in this past August, I had reached out to him asking if he had any classes coming up. And he let me know that he was leaving the following week to spend a few months in Spain, but that he would make sure to carve some time out for me. And I honestly thought that was really, really nuts, because he was clearly very busy and going on a major life journey, and he still offered to make time for me. But that is just the type of person Thom is. Someone who is always willing to guide and help and make time for people and make them feel valuable. Thom, this speech was originally over 10 minutes long. As I spent years writing and revising it. And all 10 minutes were filled with various different ways that you mentored so many other people, not just me. You deserve this so much. I've been waiting years for this to happen for you. But I just want to give you the biggest congratulations. I am so grateful to have you in my life. You are really
Thank you, Leah. All right. Well, if you're lucky, one person's belief in you can set you on a path that you never could have imagined for yourself. And if you are really freaking lucky, that person is Thom Sesma. That's right. When I met Thom in 2013 on, a regional production of Miss Saigon, I was a lifelong dancer, working in design and fashion, starting to dabble in musical theater after 3 years of floating around in Hawaii, so, a very focused career. During that gig, Thom showed us all what commitment to craft, risk-taking, and an actor's camaraderie looked like, particularly as a respected voice in the Asian American community of performance. And I thought, oh, that is so very cool, and it could never be me. Just a humble dancer here, holding down the alto line, creating atmosphere in the background. Thankfully, we became friends, partially because we were castmates, but mostly because we were both obsessed with his beloved Westie, Lily. That's right, AKA my boyfriend. Thom then became an acting coach and a mentor, something that one rarely acquires in their mid-30s. In one of our early sessions, Thom called me a great actor, even introducing me to his friends as such, which was very much news to me. He saw everything that I was not prepared to see for myself, and Thom is always ready to identify and call out the potential gifts in others, whether they're ready to see it or not. I was not. And by putting it out in the world like that, suddenly it becomes reality. Identifying and championing an artist's deepest abilities is one of Thom's many superpowers, along with being a brilliant actor and singer and husband and Yankees fan. I may not always agree with what he sees in me. Most of the time I just feel serviceable as an actor. But having the belief and support of someone as accomplished and venerated as this man right here, Thom freaking Sesma, it will always be a ballast on which one can bob through the unpredictable storms of this industry, and there are many storms. It's also a bit of a cheat code, because faces brighten and arms open wide when you drop that name, which is to be expected when you've been in the business and an outspoken advocate for Asian American artists in this industry for as long as he has. I'm not calling him old. Since Thom's early words of encouragement to me, I was able to develop my commitment to craft, my risk-taking, and yes, all the kindness and camaraderie that he showed me many years ago. I even learned a thing or two about being a New York dog parent, and I have had some good fortune that has taken me to places I never bothered to dream for myself, because I thought it was never for people like me. But through the privilege of having Thom as a friend and mentor, I started to see it could be for anyone who has the belief of a great artist and advocate on their side. And so it is with our great pleasure and honor that we present Thom Sesma with the Einhorn Mentorship Award.
Thanks for coming to the roast. Quelle catastrophe! said Samuel Beckett when he learned that he had won the Nobel Prize. Duolingo tells me it translates as, oh shit, they caught me. And that's how I feel tonight. I don't quite know how or why I ended up here tonight. But behind my own fear of being found out, behind my the loud voice of my imposter complex, I am overwhelmed with a familiar mixture of pride and humility and gratitude, so much gratitude to be in this room. Grateful to be seen as a mentor and to have the chance to honor those who have mentored me. I don't have time to tell you in detail all the things they've done for me, but I have a list of mentors. John Doyle, Carrie Perloff, Kimberly Sr., Richard Maltby Jr., my acting teacher, Carol Rosenfeld, my agent, Michael Kirsten, mentors all who accepted me when I was at my worst and who tolerated me when I was at my best. The dear friends seated around my table tonight. David and Peter, Tim, Pearl and Johannes, David Stoller, Sandy, Block, Emily Grishman, my dear, dear Mary Beth Peil, my amazing wife, Penny Daulton. Willing or not, you're all my mentors too. And you've all taught me something very important, that the best and most valuable thing that we all do, and that includes all of us, is we do those things because we just want to be in a room together making theater all day. Why? Because we just want to be in a room together making theater all day. Everything follows from there, including learning more about the kind of person you are when you walk in and asking yourself, what kind of person am I when I leave the room? There's one more thing I want to say tonight about another kind of artistic and creative mentorship, the kind I admire most, summed up in Primary Stage's mission statement. Primary Stages exists to advance the art of playwriting. This is an act of working affirmation that the pen that writes the play is in the hand of a person, a human being. It's an awareness and a knowledge that one can't nurture a play without nurturing the person that holds that pen. It's a kind of vision of kindness that's shaped by three people that I'd like to consider mentors, and I hope they will allow me. Primary Stage's founder, Casey Childs, our beloved Andrew Lindsay, who personified kindness, and now Erin Daly, who firmly holds that mantle of kindness and has combined it with immense courage. She and Primary Stages are now delivering the message that it is here where small ideas ignite into consciousness. Because in a world where thinking is a danger to power, there are no small ideas. The message to those who are in power: we will not comply. We will continue to produce the work we believe in with the artists we believe in without compromise. This is not just leadership. It is mentorship in the truest sense of the word. In closing, I'll go back to Beckett, who said it best. Try again. Fail again. Fail better. It reminds me that everything in this business, that this business is one of second chances. Every story that people in theater tell is a resurrection story, where we have died to ourselves and we choose or don't choose to start again. For me, that's what's happened with something like this. It's a reminder that all I may have earned here is the opportunity and the responsibility to be better, to be kinder, more aware, more understanding, more tolerant, better at making sure that when I go through a door, I don't close it behind me. to be more generous, to be more loving. Loving, it's a cheap word, we use it far too often, we romanticize it way out of proportion. But that's what mentorship truly is. Not just love for a mentee, but love for the very thing that we pass on. So, thank you, Primary Stages, for this second chance. Not just for honoring me with the Einhorn Mentorship Award, but for inspiring me to fail better. What a year. I have had more disappointments than I needed and more triumphs than I deserved. But, as I learned in Dead Outlaw, everyone's born, everyone's got a grift, and everyone dies. And in between all of that, a few really nice things happen. And this is one of them. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Appeared in Broadway's Dead Outlaw as Dr. Thomas Noguchi, for which he won the 2024 Outer Critics Circle Award for Featured Performer in a Musical, and received Lucille Lortel and Drama Desk Award nominations. His other Broadway credits include The Times Are A-Changin', Man of La Mancha, Search and Destroy, Nick and Nora, Chu Chem, La Cage aux Folles, and Face Value. His off-Broadway credits include A Man of No Importance, A Sherlock Carol, Letters of Suresh, Pacific Overtures, for which he received a Lucille Lortel nomination, and Sweeney Todd. Judy Gold hosted the evening, which featured performances by his Dead Outlaw castmates, Tony Award nominees Andrew Duran and Julia Nightel singing Normal, Tony nominee A.J. Shively performing The Best of Times from La Cage aux Folles, Tony nominee Natasha Yvette Williams performing The Impossible Dream from Man of La Mancha, his Sweeney Todd castmate Zachary Noah Pizer performing The Wizard and I from Wicked, and performances by Tequila Unique Whitley and David Von Teegum. Thank you for joining me for this edition of Backstage Pass with Leah Chang. Until next time.